Folks, like
You love that.
That was great. That was awesome.
Like chorus, it comes.
Yeah.
I love that
Very
ending.
good.
That's always fun.
I loved it as well.
Thank you.
When was that song written?
About a year ago. And then after I wrote it, eventually it was months before I brought it to the band, and then I tried to experimenting with a lot of stuff to get it to work, and none of that worked.
Something worked.
And then eventually, I was like, why don't we try this thing over here? And like, I need you to harmonize, and like, that worked. And we finally got the end. We got the end all together, and like, and what happened was when we sang it, we were like, oh, they gave me goosebumps. And then that was when we decided we had figured out what we were doing with that one.
What was your inspiration for writing that?
It was sort of an amalgamation of like a lot of really shit attempts to get back together with somebody that you shouldn't get back together with. You know?
Mm-hmm. I've experienced that way too many times.
We can't relate.
No, it's never done that before.
No, when he's done with somebody, he's done. He's like,
That's right.
See ya.
Nah.
I don't
I'll
want
never
life.
touch this
You
again.
don't even get to know my friends now.
Mm-hmm.
That's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's brutal.
They don't even know who we're talking about.
I've never met a
I went,
single one of his exes or
Nope.
even one of his currents. He's like
Nope.
that. Like,
No,
I'm sneaky.
man of mystery.
Actually, I'm lonely. I don't ever have any girlfriends, and so I'm like, oh yeah, I go off with someone from time to time. It's a joy. Yeah, it's too bad you're never around when we go and do fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
person.
Playing video games, and I heard sobbing also, and other rustling sounds. Like, oh, that must have been somebody else up in my room, because we were out at we were watching the new Pole Position.
I
movie.
think that was the inspiration for probably 85% of the rest of his songs, was hearing you up there sobbing.
Yeah. It's true. There's nothing quite like hearing sad masturbation through a thin veil of drywall.
For inspiration.
Yeah, and I mean that metaphorically. I'm not actually masturbating. It's PG stuff.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely.
Stroking the ego up there. You know.
I really love myself.
Well played.
So,
that's why I touch you so softly.
do you guys want to play another song, or do you want to?
Cards Against Humanity.
We have that. That might be fun.
I also saw that you have Munchkin,
We
which
do.
They got
I
all the games.
retired from Munchkin for a while because
Some
whenever
people do.
whenever I
It
was
gets
trying to
nasty.
teach people, they would just not pay attention.
Well, we'll have to use
Like
it.
I got frustrated after a while.
Yeah,
or people would get mad.
They get
for-
really super competitive with it and like get all upset and like
Yeah.
throw cards down and
Don't get mad at
Yeah.
me for
It's
playing the
just goofy,
game.
silly
yeah,
rules.
yeah. This is how you're supposed to play the
Right,
game.
we're having fun.
Yeah.
We've also
It's fun to
they've
study
also
that.
hosted the Battlestar Galactica board game night, which is my experience
Epic,
with it was
epic.
we got together and spent about 3 solid hours reading an instruction manual, and then we started playing the game, and it was like,
And then everyone had to go. It was
oh,
late.
can I do this? And it's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, let's just play the game.
Yeah, that was pretty much how that night went.
Although the second time, it was
Yeah.
actually a lot
Second
of
time we
fun.
played-
The
It was
amazing
actually
time
fun.
that I didn't attend.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Yeah, you should have come that night.
because the rules were all understood at that point.
it takes a while. Yeah.
I have a friend that wants me to join a D&D game with her
Oh.
and her friends,
Mhm.
and I told him that I would not start in the middle of a campaign. So
Yeah.
once they finish the campaign that they're on, I will
That makes sense.
I will join a new one, but unless everybody's serious about playing, I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's a lot of time and effort and heart and soul into that stupid little imaginary game. And if I'm gonna seriously
invest,
play, I want other
yeah.
people to know that I'm serious and be serious too.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Right?
you want people to commit in a way that is not like an obligation, but something that they really want to do.
Right.
And like that's how I kind of pick people to play with too. It's like, you like the music, or you're very like committed, but like you're not going to keep showing up if you're not both.
Right.
Because if it's not fun when you get here, if you don't go like, that song was really neat, right? Then
We had a fun screaming session tonight at practice.
Yeah.
There's a song where we scream, and yeah, we had fun. The trumpet player was very. It was her first time doing the song with the entire band here, and she was having a great time, like screaming along with all of us.
You guys have a trumpet player?
We have a trumpet player and a clarinet player now.
Oh.
She's new to the band. Yep.
and she's got a
Awesome.
beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Layla Del Duca, Shudder. Check her out. That's her comic book.
Oh yeah, she's a comic book artist.
Shout out.
All right. Yeah, you guys have been telling me you know a lot of artists,
Mhm.
and we should definitely
We know a
hook
couple.
that up. We're trying to do an interview a day, at least one
Nice.
interview a day
Nice.
throughout all of 2015.
Very nice.
So
We know lots of writers and lots of artists and
Yeah.
musicians, and I
Send
think we
them
could
our
manage to get
way.
you some people.
we appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys want to play one more song, and then
Okay.
we'll talk a little bit about that and wrap things up.
Do you want to do Soothsayer, or which one do you want to do with it?
Soothsayer's no fun without Matt.
Yeah, you're right.
We could do the Crooked Tree.
Crooked Tree?
Yeah.
Is that the one you play on?
Yeah, I play on that one.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the one I play on. The only one.
I hate not having Matt here to do the bass lines.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Learn or to forgive. The past is in the past, and now is all there is. And learn or to forgive yourself of all the sins you can't but help commit. Man is a crooked tree. The fruit he bears is plain for all to see. The deed rests on the branch, and when it falls, it splits and rots along the path.